Wow, this is literally like the first episode of my podcast. I've been putting it out there that I was gonna start a podcast for over a year, and then I just kept finding reasons not to record anything because okay, let me just start from the beginning. So basically, I had that idea of a podcast, right? And let me just hold on a minute. Let me introduce myself. Hi to whoever is listening. My name is Jojo, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today there are no visuals, unfortunately. Mm, Open brackets, fortunately, because right now I don't really like the way my hair looks. Close brackets. But anyway, so yeah, no visuals today, but in the next few episodes we'll definitely look into that aspect of things. But yeah, so I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, so the idea of a podcast, right? So I wanted to do a podcast on this channel. I originally did start a podcast off in, I don't even know, like a good 4 years ago, I'd say 3 or 4 years ago. And the whole point of it was to just have like conversations and like have a platform where young people can talk their shit and whatever, from the UK, and obviously not just from the UK, people who had come from different parts of the UK or all over the world, and we all just kind of came together as a group to talk about things and discuss things. So that podcast did happen. However, as you can see, there are no podcasts on my channel, and that's because I don't know. I think I was going through a creative block and I basically recorded everything. It's all on my laptop, and then never used it, never uploaded it. Literally, I kid you not, we did like 14 episodes. So there was a lot of content, and I just wasn't content. Let's just put it like that. I think I don't even want to call it my perfectionist side because I hate when people use that term, honestly. Like, I don't know, it's a bit of a weird trigger for me. But anyway, yeah, so we recorded a lot of content, and I just want to kind of use this opportunity to say thank you to all those people because I know they were all probably like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? Like, we literally, like, you brought me here in my spare time when I had a little time to give to record some stuff, and now you don't want to post it. Like, what the fuck? Um, so yeah, I hope everyone's cool. um, yeah, I don't know. I'm very strange. I'm a very strange person. But yeah, all that footage is somewhere. I probably will find it if I go through my laptop. There's also a USB somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So yeah, this is basically the first episode of a new kind of podcast. And yeah, another thing was that I felt like the work that I did before, I just felt like it was too shallow. There wasn't enough depth to it. And the thing about my channel and what I represent, right, is I like to talk about the dark stuff. I like to talk about, not too dark, but I like to talk about the dark stuff, the deep stuff, the stuff that people don't always want to talk about, more to do with spirituality, not just relationship stuff and asking people their opinions and things like that. Not just like solely shallow topics is basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I just felt like that whole project had to kind of go in the bin, and it's not because of the people, but because of what I envisioned for myself and what I envisioned for my YouTube channel and stuff like that. And again, thank you so much to the people that participated. Um, this kind of stuff happens all the time, I guess. Projects don't always come into fruition, or they don't always get put out there because maybe the person who is the creator just doesn't feel like it's the right thing. And that doesn't take away from the people who participated. Like, I still have a lot of respect from them all, wishing them all the best. But yeah, it just wasn't the path for me to go down. And I have been wanting to do a podcast and have guests and stuff like that. Hence why I haven't actually posted on this particular channel my new vision of the podcast. So yeah, I just thought to myself, do you know what? I'm tired of doing all this planning and like second guessing and wondering if it's gonna be this or what is gonna, like, I don't want to think about that stuff anymore. I'm just gonna post and that's it, you know. So yeah, welcome to the first episode. And yeah, that's it. That's the main reason as to why, in case anybody wanted to know, because over the years I've had a few people ask me like, oh, what's going on with this and what's going on with that and blah blah blah, as in the podcast stuff, and why I hadn't released the old stuff. Um but yeah, so that's what's going on with that. And yeah, that's it. Let's move on. So today I wanted to touch on the fact that we as a, how can I put this? Now, let me put, actually, before I even begin what I'm going to say, let me put a disclaimer out there and say that I'm not advising you to reconnect with any of your you know, quote unquote enemies or antagonists or haters or whatever, right? I'm not telling you to reconnect with them. I'm just saying that what I'm about to say works even if you're in the presence of these people and even if you share this information with these people, right? So now let me continue. So, when it comes to the power of manifesting, right? And you know, we've heard it all before. We've heard it on TikTok. We've watched the 30-second videos. We know that we are powerful, right? For some people, they find it hard to believe because of the conditioning that we have as a society. But you are very powerful and you can have whatever it is that you want in this lifetime. And if you like, and I'm talking anything, right? So if you were to think to yourself, oh, I really want this Lamborghini, right? I really want this type of car. You probably have your reasons. Whatever your reasons are, I don't mind. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just saying, like, whatever your reasons are for wanting this car, it's cool. You have your reasons. Um, Once you get aligned with yourself truly, and you not only consciously understand, but you understand subconsciously as well how powerful you are, you won't even want a Lamborghini anymore because you can probably just get yourself four or five. Do you know what I mean? Like, the power of the materials doesn't actually last when you know that you are the power behind those things. So, what I want to share with you guys today is like making sure that when you are in the process of manifesting something for yourself, number one, you have to make sure you detach from the outcome or when it's going to happen. You cannot control these things, and anytime you try to, even if it's for half a second, the universe is literally going to be like, nope, you don't trust me. You don't trust me. Obviously the universe might not say this to you, but depending on how connected you are to it, it might. You know, I don't know, but yeah, like you it will be like, you don't trust me, why don't you trust me? And it will literally stop, not, it won't stop the manifestation completely, but it will stagnate it, it will pause it. um and you don't know how long for, until it arrives in your life, basically, until your manifestation arrives in your life, you won't know. But anyway, the whole point of this video is to say, yeah, we all know the power of manifestation, right? But I need people to practice speaking their manifestations in conversations more often, because believe it or not, that is like the best way. And let me also say, if you're listening to this, if you've gotten to this point of the podcast, right, after hearing all that madness that I said at the beginning, I just want to say thank you, and I hope you're subscribed because I actually love you. Because boy, I can rant, you know. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Anyway, So yeah, get into the habit of speaking your manifestation, speaking what you want to receive in your conversations with other people. Get in the habit of doing that because, like I said, if you believe you're a powerful being, that automatically means that we are all powerful beings because it is our birthright, right? So we may not be equal, but we are all powerful. And once we know how to access our own power, which may I say will feel effortless because it's you. That's another thing. All these people on TikTok want to tell you, oh, try this, do that, do this method, do that method, do this, do right? If it doesn't feel like you, it's not for you. If you feel like you're doing something else or somebody else's work, it's not going to work because you're just helping them manifest their shit, which is not a problem because there's everything like there's abundance everywhere. You're never going to be without in this life. But I just mean like if you don't make something your own, if you don't do it in your own way, if it doesn't feel effortless, if it doesn't feel effortlessly you, then it's the manifestation is not going to work. So talk your manifestations with other people. Just slip it in there, It may not even have any relevance, and that might even throw them off and be like, what the fuck? Okay. But it's like you're adding energy to your manifestations, energy that is not just your own, which means that it's like a snowball effect, right? Where the more the snowball rolls down the snowy hill, the bigger it gets, right? So it's that type of visualization I want you to kind of in terms of seeing what I'm trying to say, right? So the more snow it touches, the more energy bodies, the more energy fields that your manifestation touches, the bigger it gets, the more likely or faster it is to come into your life, the more tangible it will be and it will manifest, right? So if you have any enemies, going back to what I said earlier about me saying, I'm not saying you have to link up with your enemies and blah, 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 right? So the point to that was this: if you have any enemies, anyone who doesn't like you, anyone who you feel is a hater, etc., right? And this could obviously fall in the category of family or friends. You can still do this method with them. However, I would suggest that you do shadow work before you even attempt this if you want your manifestation that bad. And I say that because a lot of people have this mentality, right? That their worst enemies and the people who don't want the best for them can't help them manifest their stuff because they're a hater, right? They don't want the best for you, right? Now, the universe doesn't actually think in emotions. I'm sure you've also heard this before. And I actually say this based on my personal experience of, being in the universe for over 20 years. Now, I'm not going to tell you my age now, but I'm over 20 years. So, funnily enough, the other day, some guy literally thought I was like 16. I said, excuse me, you're having a laugh, right? This is someone I work with. Like, we just happen to both stop in the same place. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten my point. So we just happened to stop in the same place, and he was like, "Oh, you see," he like conversation. We were conversing, blah 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 blah. He ends up asking me if I'm 16. I was like, "What? Me? A whole me? 16?" I couldn't believe it. The other day, someone else asked me if I was 18. I was like, "Wow, I must look really young." And I love it. Keep thinking that I'm that age. That is brilliant. Like, please, by all means, love. I love it. I absolutely love it here. I love the youth. Anyway, as in, fuck, that came out wrong. I love my youth. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Not into minors. Disclaimer. So anyway, right. So, um, the point I was making, right, was about enemies and stuff like that. So I would say do shadow work before you even get in contact with any kind of enemy or people that you believe don't want the best for you, even if you before you even begin to spout your manifestations onto them, do some shadow work first in terms of changing your belief system of, oh, they're my enemy, or they're my they don't want what's best for me. They're gonna stop my manifestation. They're gonna stagnate my manifestation. They wanna hold me back. That all that shit needs to go. That all needs to go in the bin. That is old. It's outdated. You don't need that anymore. That is survival mindset. That is a fearful mindset, and a mindset that reflects your lack of faith in the universe, in yourself, and in energy, and how energy works and flows. And it also shows it's like how can I say, scarcity, yeah, right? It's like a scarcity mindset. Like you feel like it's not gonna happen if so and so gets involved, or if so and so does this, or they're gonna hold this back. That these people don't have more power over your shit than you do. If anything, this having these mindsets only proves how powerful you are, because you just committed a crime against yourself by even saying that. Because we all know that, self-fulfilling prophecy isn't just it isn't just a sentence, or sorry, it's not just a phrase. This stuff is real. If you believe that you're beautiful, maybe not today, but within a few days, or even the next morning, you're going to wake up and think that you're beautiful. It happens. It's just how it happens. So we fulfill our prophecies every day because we are literal magicians. We are literal powerhouses. We are what makes the clock tick. I know that sounded way better in my head. That really sounded way better in my head, but I still like it. I'm gonna use it. Legend. But yeah, so these people don't have power over anything. None of them. Even the people who want the best for you, they don't have power over anything. All you're proving, right, in terms of the difference between those that you feel support you and those that you feel don't support you, the only difference between them is your perspective, literally. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but seriously, like, I really want you guys to understand what I'm saying. Anyone who's listening, I really want you to understand what I'm saying, because there is so much power that you hold, that you and the minute you choose to give it to someone else, the universe is like, ugh, what? I thought you trusted me. Like, I thought we were, and I know I said the universe don't have emotions. It's very true. It doesn't have emotions. I'm just trying to personalize it a bit so you kind of get what I'm saying, to help you get what I'm saying. So, and again, that even, the universe not having emotions, that even ties into telling your manifestations to the people you feel don't support you. Like, whatever emotion they get, whatever emotion is triggered from you saying your manifestation, that doesn't even matter. The only person that can affect is you or themselves, because the universe doesn't hear the emotion. The universe just feels the energy absorption, it feels the energy exchange, it feels the flow, right? So you've gotten this person to pay attention to your manifestation. That's it. Energy. Whether the energy, pardon me, whether the energy is a good one or a bad one or a neutral one, it's not going to stop the manifestation of that person coming through, right? And you are the captain of your ship. So whatever happens, whoever you share your good news with, whoever you don't share your good news with, it's okay. But just know that if you share it, it's going to come even faster. If it's not something with a schedule, right? If it's not something with a schedule, like, I'm not talking about, oh, I've got a nail appointment at 2:30 on a Friday night, and I know I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that has no timeline on it. Like, maybe you feel like you're gonna be a millionaire. Maybe you feel like you're gonna get TikTok famous. Stuff like that. There's no timeline on that. So when you speak these things out, no matter which ear it touches, you've got their attention on what you're manifesting. The more eyes you have, or not even eyes, sorry, the more attention you have on your manifestation, the more faster it's more likely to come. Um, and that's it. That's it. You know, don't let your scarcity mindsets or fearful mindsets or power complex mindset get in the way of your manifestation coming. That's why I said shadow work is important if you choose to discuss these things with your enemies, because if you don't do the shadow work, let me give you an example actually of me years ago where I hadn't done the shadow work and I'd spoken to somebody who I knew, like I knew this girl. Okay, I was in Sri Lanka, right? Met up with a group of people. You know, it would be so funny if she's listening to this right now. That would be so funny. But anyway, no hard feelings. I don't care about the girl. She probably don't care about me. It's cool. So anyway, there was a guy there who me and him were getting along really well, and we basically made plans to like meet up when we got back to the UK and stuff like that. And now I'm digging his vibe. I'm thinking he's really cool, you know, like I've had a good time with him. I don't know if it will be more than friends. At this point, I'm just like enjoying the vibe. Um, and I remember like throughout most of the trip, this girl had an attitude with me. I'm not talking about the guy anymore, I mean the girl, right? So anyway, she had an attitude with me and I could never figure out why. I was just like, I don't know what her problem is, but anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna ignore her because I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, as the trip goes on, I don't know what it was. It's like we all kind of went somewhere together for the weekend. She loosened up a little bit around me, but I could still sense like this kind of hater, envy energy from her. Um, like I would say something to her because I never did anything to this girl. I know I didn't. You know, I spoke to everyone. I was just so happy to be in Sri Lanka. I literally was like over the moon, right? So I'm chatting to everyone. I remember I go and talk to her. I'm like, oh hi, how are you? What's your name? Blah blah blah. She's already giving me attitude from jump. So I'm thinking, oof, okay, maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever. So a few times like I would have conversations with this girl, every time I would get attitude from her. But when I see her speak to other people, I never saw her with that attitude. So I was just thinking, nah, this girl must have something like not even against me, but maybe she just don't like me, and that's cool. Like we don't have to talk to each other. I'm not a beg friend, so it's calm, innit? Like whatever. So I remember telling her like, oh yeah, stupidly, right? Because me at the time hadn't done any shadow work, and I already felt this way about this girl. So I told her, oh yeah, me and so we're gonna do this when we go back to the UK and blah blah blah. Like it's just gonna be so much fun. And I remember seeing the look on her face, and I thought to myself, damn, like I shouldn't have told her because I remember literally at the time I'm thinking, damn, I shouldn't have told her because she's a hater. Like I forgot for a split second, oh, this girl don't like me. So why am I even telling her my stuff? Blah 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 blah. Long story short, literally on the trip itself, like we're still on the trip, yeah. This guy starts acting funny towards me, like he's being a bit off with me, distant, all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking this happened literally like, and when I tell you it was within a day that this was happening. So the next day we wake up, he's acting weird towards me, like it's a bit awkward, like the energy is just off between us. And I'm thinking, what happened, right? And then long story short, we get back to the UK. He doesn't contact me, we don't even meet up, nothing. Like it was just a friendship that we had whilst we were there, and that was it, right? So whole time, for a good while, I was like, I shouldn't have told this girl. Now look at what's happened. She did this, she did this, she did this, right? But this version of me now, years later, after doing a lot of shadow work, and this is not me saying I don't have shadow work left to do. Girl, I got a backlog, okay? So like, I just mean to say I'm in a position now, luckily, where I'm able to recognize that it wasn't even her that did that to me. It was me that did that to me. And I didn't know my power at the time. I didn't realize, I wasn't aware of how magnetic and attractive I truly am. And just by me saying that about her, I allowed my own energy to destroy what I was nurturing with this person. And to me, I think, a lot of other people might be like, yeah, but she might have actually been hating on you. Yes, she might have done that. She might have in her head stabbed me in the neck 25,000 times, right? But none of that matters because energy is energy. The universe doesn't have any attachment to anyone's emotions. It's just the energy. Now, had I told her that and had the mindset that I have now, that, well, no matter how you feel, whatever I tell you, you're just helping me manifest. So thank you. If I had that energy then, I'm sure like me and him probably would have met up, when we came back to the UK and etc. etc. I don't know if the friendship would have flourished, but like it just would have been good the way it was. Everything would have happened according to plan, type of thing. We would have gone wherever, all the places we planned to go, So anyway, I realized years later, that it wasn't her energy that had anything to do with it. Yes, she was a hater, and yes, me and her will probably never speak. Like, we're not ever going to be friends. We're just not the type of people who like each other like that. But she wasn't the reason as to why my manifestation didn't work. I was the reason. And it helped me affirm how powerful I am. It helped me realize that I was giving my power to to other people, and I shouldn't have done that because, you know, I within my own right have brought this reality to me with the help of the universe, with the help of God that lives within me. So it's just a case of like not letting your subconscious fearful or power and control issues or doubt or faith get in the way of what it is that you want, because you truly can have it. It's got nothing to do with excuse me, it's got nothing to do with other people's emotions, literally. So yeah, that's all I got today. Thank you for listening and peace.